What's cracking? It's your homie Ice Cube. Just wanted to address a few things. You know, everybody been checking out the internet. My man Katt Williams.
In the recent whirlwind of social media drama, Ice Cube jumped into the ring after Katt Williams' viral Club Shay Shay interview. You know, the one where Katt took swings at Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, and even conjured up a potential bathroom mishap in Ice Cube's film Friday After Next. Kevin Hart swiftly fired back, labeling Williams' comments as sad. Now Ice Cube, in a 9-minute video, decided it was his turn to address the Club Shay Shay comments. What does he have to say about Katt Williams' comments? Find out in this video. Ice Cube's response. In the now famous interview with Katt Williams on Club Shay Shay, Katt discusses various topics related to his experiences in the entertainment industry and specifically addresses his involvement with Ice Cube. He started by responding to questions about his relationship with Ice Cube and the compensation he received for his role in Friday After Next. He dismisses critics who complain about Cube's payment, likening them to people who criticize items at a thrift store when they could have chosen higher-end options. Katt defends Cube, highlighting that the movie wasn't a $200 million production, so expectations should be realistic. Katt Williams mentions that he was involved in the movie both as an actor and as a writer. He asserts that he did a good job in his role and suggests that people should thank him for his contribution.
I wrote it. What I'm saying if I did it and I did a good job at it, you can thank me.
Katt Williams emphasizes his commitment to honesty and authenticity in comedy. He states that he won't present something he doesn't believe in or that doesn't align with his values. He reveals that Ice Cube had approached him about writing another Friday movie, indicating that there's interest in continuing the franchise.
Cube already asked me to write it. I was supposed to have been writing it.
Katt Williams mentions Chris Tucker's absence from the later Friday films and suggests that Chris Tucker didn't want to be associated with the character Smokey, known for smoking weed.
And the Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
This was also where the difference between confidence and delusion was discussed, pointing out that true confidence is rare.
To be confident and not delusional is a real skill. Most of these confident people we see is really delusional.
Katt Williams addresses the controversy surrounding his role as Money Mike and Ricky Smiley's supposed involvement.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with.
He reveals that the original script had a storyline where Money Mike gets raped in a bathroom, but he advocated against it, and the studio ultimately agreed to remove that plot element.
Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be.
Now, this is the point at which Ice Cube found himself squarely in the public's crosshairs. Many individuals were left pondering why he would even entertain such an idea. It didn't take much time for Ice Cube to confront this brewing controversy directly. He chose to address it through a 9-minute video that he personally shared on his Twitter page.
What's cracking? It's your homie Ice Cube. Just wanted to address a few things.
Ice Cube begins by acknowledging that the movie in question was filmed over 20 years ago. He emphasizes that people's perspectives can change over time, and it's essential to keep that in mind when discussing past events.
You know, first of all, I just want to say, you know, we shot that movie over 20 years ago, so, you know, people have different perspectives, and it's been a long time.
He explains that he has worked with many comedians and always chose them for his movies based on their comedic talent and suitability for the roles.
I also want to say, you know, every comedian that I've worked with, every comedian that I've put in a movie, I only put them in the movie because I thought they was funny. I thought they was perfect for the part. I tried to put him in a position to win.
He names several comedians he's worked with, including Chris Tucker, Bernie Mac, Mike Epps, and Katt Williams, stating that he recognized their comedic greatness before giving them opportunities in his films.
Mike Epps, Katt Williams, you know, Ricky Smiley, Michael Blackson, Cedric, Kevin Hart. You know, all these guys I know are funny as hell.
He clarifies that when new comedians join the cast, they typically audition for different roles.
You know, Katt was 100 on a few things. When we bring in a new, you know, comedian, we do have them try try out for different roles.
He mentions that Ricky Smiley gave Mike Epps a chance but decided to cast him as Santa Claus because it was the perfect fit.
So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot. But when we saw him and, you know, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, you know, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, you know, Santa Claus.
Similarly, Ice Cube believed that Katt Williams was perfect for the role of Money Mike.
When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, you know, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike.
Meanwhile, in an interview with Club Shay Shay in 2023, Smiley mentioned that initially he was supposed to play the character Money Mike, which was a role that greatly boosted Katt Williams' career. On the other hand, Katt Williams was originally supposed to play Santa Claus. However, there was a change of plans, and Katt Williams ended up playing the role of Money Mike. In response to Smiley's statements, Katt Williams explained that there was a rigorous audition process for the role of Money Mike in Los Angeles, with 201 black comedians trying out for the part. This contradicted Smiley's claim that he had already secured the role and had even filmed it within 4 days. Katt Williams also criticized Smiley, suggesting that his most memorable performance involved him wearing a dress in a movie, referring to his character as Bernice Jenkins in First Sunday. Williams implied that Smiley and Tyler Perry were better at portraying female characters than male ones. Ricky Smiley responded to Katt Williams' accusations on his morning show, stating that he had no reason to lie about the situation. Back to the Ice Cube response video. He discusses the movie-making process, mentioning that they start with strong scripts. However, once they have the necessary scenes, he allows comedians to improvise and ad-lib, contributing their own comedic style to the film. He highlights that this improvisation can result in memorable moments.
When we start filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role and giving him more to do because he was on point. You know, when we shoot these movies, you know, for one, the scripts are fire, or they wouldn't even do it.
He addresses the specific issue brought up by Katt Williams regarding a supposed rape scene. He firmly denies ever shooting such a scene, especially in a film like Friday After Next.
Second thing I want to clear up, it was never, I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style.
He points out that his movies, although sometimes dealing with edgy subject matter, avoid explicit content and often leave things to the viewer's imagination.
If you check out any of my movies, they're not raunchy. You know, we did a movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that, we left it to your imagination. So
he asserts that as a filmmaker, he makes creative decisions based on what he believes is right for the movie. He mentions that they wouldn't change the movie's content for any actor. He emphasizes that his style and values dictate the content of his films. He acknowledges that the movies he's involved in are often low-budget productions. He explains that many factors contribute to the budget, including paying numerous crew members. He suggests that actors should consider the circumstances and their career trajectory at the time of filming when evaluating their compensation. He points out that he has given numerous comedians opportunities in his films, helping launch their careers. However, he also expresses his desire to be considered for acting roles in other filmmakers' projects. He mentions that he's still active in the industry. He expresses his respect and gratitude for the comedians he has worked with, including Katt Williams. He acknowledges Katt's support and advocacy for him in the past. Ice Cube is only one of numerous others who respond to Katt Williams' claims. Let's look at other people's reactions. Who else has responded? In this explosive interview, Katt pulls no punches when it comes to his thoughts on Kevin Hart. Katt starts by making shocking claims that have left the industry buzzing. According to Katt, in his 15 years in Hollywood, no one has a memory of a sold-out Kevin show or him receiving a standing ovation at any comedy club. These bold statements immediately raise eyebrows and challenge the perception of Kevin's success. Katt goes on to question how Kevin was able to achieve such rapid success in Hollywood. He points out that when Kevin arrived in Los Angeles, he already had his own sitcom on network television, and a leading role in a film called Soul Plane. Katt suggests that this level of success is unheard of for a comedian new to the city. He even raises the question of whether Kevin was a plant in the industry, implying that his rise to fame may not have been entirely organic. Adding fuel to the fire, Katt claims that for a 5-year period, every movie that Kevin did was originally on his desk. According to Katt, he had requested changes to remove what he referred to as step and fetch it shit and overtly homosexual content from the scripts. However, these changes were allegedly ignored, and the roles were given to Kevin, who performed them as originally written. Katt stands firm on his standards and suggests that he has been unfairly portrayed as a bad person for sticking to them. These shocking allegations against Kevin sparked a response from the comedian himself. In a tweet that quickly went viral, Kevin dismissed Katt's comments and urged him to let go of his anger. With a touch of sarcasm, Kevin wrote, "Gotta get that anger up out ya, champ," implying that Katt's remarks were fueled by bitterness. He didn't stop there though. Kevin took the opportunity to promote his upcoming Netflix comedy, Lift, in a subtle jab at Katt. But Kevin's response didn't end with a simple tweet. He also shared a movie trailer on social media where a line spoken by his co-star, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, seemed to take a direct shot at Katt. Mbatha-Raw says, "They really love you," and Kevin added the caption, "I now know she's talking about Katt." It was a clever way for Kevin to remind Katt that he still has a strong fan base and support in the industry. Kevin and Katt have been in conflict since 2018. It started when Kevin defended Tiffany Haddish, whom Katt had criticized. Kevin said Katt missed opportunities in Hollywood because he wasn't professional, often skipping important events. Kevin also claimed Katt cared more about drugs than his career. This disagreement has been a long-standing issue between them. In 2018, Katt blasted Haddish's stand-up comedy abilities, claiming that she hadn't proven the ability to tell jokes back-to-back for an hour to nobody. He also suggested that her fame was due to making jokes that pandered to white audiences, and even implied that she lied about an abusive former partner to profit from it with her memoir, The Last Black Unicorn. Haddish initially responded to Katt's remarks and seemed to settle the beef at the 2018 Emmy Awards, where they both won. However, during his most recent interview, Katt once again lashed out at Haddish, attacking her stand-up resume. This time, Haddish wasted no time in hitting back. Haddish took to Instagram to respond to Katt's comments. She clarified that she wasn't mad at him, but pointed out that he got his facts wrong. Haddish even went as far as comparing Katt to Charleston White. By comparing Katt to Charleston White, Haddish is drawing attention to the controversial nature of his remarks and highlighting the potential harm they can cause. It's a bold move that showcases Haddish's willingness to stand up for herself and call out inappropriate behavior. The entertainment industry is abuzz with Haddish's response, and fans are eager to see if Katt will have a comeback of his own. Will this feud escalate further, or will it finally come to an end? Only time will tell. In the viral interview, Katt also took a shot at Cedric the Entertainer. Katt starts by taking aim at Cedric's appearance, comparing him to a walrus, and mocking his inability to get his arms off his stomach. Katt doesn't stop there though. He questions Cedric's talent, claiming that he never wrote anything of substance. According to Katt, when Cedric first burst onto the scene, he was supposed to be a triple threat, singing, dancing, and telling jokes. However, Katt alleges that Cedric couldn't deliver on any of these fronts. To emphasize his point further, Katt highlights Cedric's comedy specials. He asserts that they are so bad that they are not available on popular streaming platforms like Netflix or Tubi. Katt also claimed Cedric stole one of his favorite jokes. Cedric, the entertainer himself, has responded to Katt's comments. On January 3rd, he took to Instagram to address the accusations, stating that his career cannot be reduced to one joke that Katt claims as his own. In this riveting interview, Katt has things to say about Kanye. Katt dives deep into the topic of Kanye's mental health and offers his unique perspective on the matter. Katt begins by questioning society's treatment of Kanye, suggesting that if someone has special needs or a mental illness, they should be graded on a curve and not held to the same standards as others. He challenges the audience to consider why they would watch and hold Kanye accountable for his actions if they believe he has special needs. Katt places the responsibility on those who put Kanye in a position where he believed he was a god, referring to the media and those who praised him as a musical genius. Katt doesn't shy away from discussing Kanye's personal life either. Katt makes a bold claim, stating that Kanye married Kim Kardashian because she was a whore and that he courted that image intentionally. He questions the audience, asking how else Kardashian would end up with Pete Davidson if she weren't already involved in that lifestyle. Katt challenges the public's perception of Kanye's choices and raises eyebrows with his candid comments. Katt also dropped a bombshell about disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. Katt claims that he was canceled for speaking out about Weinstein even before the allegations against him came to light. According to Katt, Weinstein offered to perform a sexual act on him in front of all his people at his agency. Katt recounts the moment, questioning what he was supposed to do in that situation. He emphasizes that he refused Weinstein's offer, but raises the question of what others did when faced with similar propositions. Katt goes on to share his experience on a movie set where he believed he was the only black person involved. However, upon arrival, he discovered 3 other black individuals on the script. The fact that Katt was canceled for speaking out about Weinstein before the allegations became public highlights the power dynamics and systemic issues within Hollywood. It sheds light on the challenges faced by those who dare to challenge the status quo and speak their truth. Katt didn't hold back when he took aim at his fellow comedian Chris Tucker, delivering scathing remarks. According to Katt, the Chris Tucker we see today is not the same person we once knew. He referred to him as Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Katt insinuated a connection between Tucker and the infamous Jeffrey Epstein, raising eyebrows and leaving many wondering about the true nature of Tucker's transformation. But that's not all. Katt went on to reveal that Tucker distanced himself from his previous image as Smokey, the lovable stoner from the hit movie Friday. In fact, Katt claimed that Tucker didn't want to be associated with smoking weed at all. Instead, he portrayed Tucker as deeply religious, even stating that he is best friends with the late Michael Jackson. Diddy, who has a lot going on for him at the moment, also gets caught up in the interview. Katt boldly declared that he came into the entertainment business with a mission to expose the truth, no matter the consequences. He didn't shy away from mentioning his previous comments about Michael Jackson and R. Kelly, which led to his cancellation. Katt emphasized that race should not be a barrier when it comes to shedding light on the dark side of the industry. According to Katt, it's not about black or white, but rather about God's side and the other side. He firmly stated that the line is drawn between those who stand for truth and those who perpetuate lies. And so he claimed Diddy offered him a lot of money to sleep with him, which he rejected. He claimed he's got receipts should the situation demand it. Katt didn't hold back, as he also accused Wanda Smith of trying to embarrass him in front of a largely homosexual fan base. He made it clear that he would never disrespect people who look like Smith, but he would not hesitate to destroy her in a battle of wits. Katt highlighted the thin line he had to walk, ensuring he didn't cross any boundaries while defending himself. The controversy surrounding Smith's derogatory comments stemmed from her attempt to shame Katt by calling him gay. Katt pointed out that using someone's sexual orientation as a derogatory term is not only disrespectful, but also insensitive to the LGBTQ+ community. He questioned why Smith would try to shame him in a community he doesn't belong to, emphasizing that there are no gay people saying he belongs or has been a part of their community. Katt wanted to clarify that he didn't mean to insult black women with short hair or heavier women. He emphasized that his humor was about skills, not personal attacks on appearance. Katt believed he could criticize Smith intelligently without being disrespectful. The aftermath of this clash led to substantial criticism of Wanda Smith. While at it, Katt also checked Faison Love. Katt vehemently denied Love's assertion that he only puts on comedians funnier than himself. He called Love a liar and made it clear that there was nobody like him in the business. Katt confidently pointed out that he has an impressive 12 comedy specials under his belt, while Love has none. The feud between Katt and Love didn't stop there. Katt questioned why Love, who is not on his level, would be allowed to discuss real stand-up comedians. He drew a parallel between the world of comedy and sports, stating that just as athletes on performance-enhancing drugs are not allowed to discuss real athletes, comedians who are not at the top of their game should not have a say in the matter. While at it, Katt also said, "I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors." Katt clarified that his fear was not rooted in a dislike for white women, but rather in a genuine concern for his own well-being. He explained, "Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women, but I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends." During the controversial interview, Katt not only targeted comedians, but also accused Ludacris of being involved with the infamous Illuminati. Katt claimed Ludacris had joined the so-called cult and even took a jab at Ludacris's wife, Eudoxie Mbugenge, but Ludacris wasn't about to let these accusations slide. In a freestyle that quickly went viral, Ludacris addressed the claims made against him, denying any involvement with the Illuminati and ridiculing Katt's conspiracy theories. Ludacris kicks off with the lines, "Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind." Ludacris wastes no time in asserting his dedication and work ethic, subtly dismissing Katt's accusations. But he doesn't stop there. Ludacris continues to deliver hard-hitting lines. He rapped, "They throwing shade cause niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet. Let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5 I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers. I'm lynching them." The freestyle takes a turn as Ludacris pays tribute to the late John Singleton, highlighting the importance of earning one's success. He raps, "R.I.P. John Singleton. You never had to flex when you earned every one of your Fast and Furious checks." Ludacris also addresses the evolution of his own life, mentioning his marriage and children. He emphasizes that he's no clout chaser, never saying things just for likes or attention. He concludes with a thought-provoking line, "Addiction's on the rise, comedians check your temperature." It's a subtle jab at Katt, hinting at the need for self-reflection and addressing personal struggles. Katt later unleashed his response on Suge Knight's podcast. In the midst of the ongoing feud between Katt and other celebrities, Miami rap legend legend Trick Daddy has entered the fray, defending his friend Ricky Smiley and issuing a direct challenge to Katt. Trick Daddy, known as Dade County's finest, didn't hold back when it came to defending Smiley. Katt had criticized Smiley for allegedly throwing a tantrum on the set of Friday After Next. Trick Daddy, however, stood firmly by Smiley's side and asserted that he was ready to settle their differences in the streets. But Trick Daddy's message goes beyond the individual feud. He emphasizes the need for unity among black entertainers, urging them to support one another rather than tearing each other down for the sake of online attention. Many in the industry share this sentiment, feeling that Katt's interview unnecessarily targeted fellow black artists and comedians. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.